Welcome back, guys. In this video, we're going to do a broad overview of treatment of Candida or yeast overgrowth or fungal dysbiosis. There's a couple of elements outside of just killing shit that I think needs to be covered. So first of all, antifungals, particularly supplements, do have a time and a place. I don't tend to do high doses of things because I feel that the fungal microbiome is much more about balance than it is about just obliterating stuff. But supplements like oregano, caprylic acid, lauricidin, propolis, things of that nature do have their time and place. Also, you do need to be mindful of your diet when you have Candida overgrowth or fungal dysbiosis because Candida loves sugar. So if you go, eating a Pop-Tart or a candy bar and you're trying to treat your Candida, you're going to be fighting a pretty hard uphill battle. We're going to talk about the Candida diet in another video though, because I have little differing opinion on that than like the standard Candida diet. But just for right now, suffice it to say, diet is an important part of treating Candida overgrowth or fungal dysbiosis. Next up is if you have leaky gut, then that same yeast that might be harmless otherwise is going to get a chance to root and potentially become more of a problem for you. So treating your leaky gut or treating your gut lining itself becomes an important part of the Candida picture. Likewise, as I mentioned in another video, the immune system normally would help kind of traffic and control and kind of corral all of your microbes, bacterial, fungal, parasitic, whatever, archaea. Your immune system should be having a pretty active role in the management of your critters. So if your immune system is out of whack, it becomes this catch-22 where you can treat the immune system directly, like what modern medicine tends to do is like anti-inflammatories. But if you never fix the gut, then the immune system is going to continue to be jacked up because most of your immune system lives in your gut, right? We're all familiar with that shtick. But the flip is also true, where you might need to treat the immune system via the gut. Sometimes you need to treat the immune system in order to protect the gut or in order to improve your critter control and your critter balance. So being mindful of the immune system and inflammatory stimuli outside of the gut becomes very important. Next up on the list is bacteria. So the microbiome, the fungal microbial community, and the microbiome, the bacterial community, are very much interconnected. They talk to each other, they hang out in biofilms together. Guys, they're pals, they're buds. You cannot treat one without altering the other. So being mindful of whether or not you're feeding or starving your good microbiome. This is one reason why I'm not a fan of the low FODMAP diet, for example. If you're obliterating your bacterial microbiome with the low FODMAP diet or aggressive SIBO protocols, and then you try to treat your fungal dysbiosis, you might be fighting, again, an impossible uphill battle. So be mindful of your bacteria, give them TLC because that's another major checkpoint that should help inhibit and calm and control your local fungi in that intestinal environment. Likewise, this is why I'm a big fan of probiotics, and I am not a probiotic naysayer for IBS and SIBO. I think that they can be used safely. I have numerous videos on that topic, but adding in probiotics, particularly lactobacilli species, can help inhibit Candida growth in the GI tract as well as elsewhere in the body. Last but not least, this is something that I've never seen supported in the literature, but this is my personal theory that I talk to patients about. If you are not pooping every day, and if you're not moving, you're creating a habitat that Candida is just going to love. And if you think about it, if you think of Candida, I know this is really simple, but think of it like a mushroom. Where do mushrooms grow? They like moist environments, dark environments, and stagnant blech air. So what are you creating if your gut is stagnant and constipated? It's already a dark, moist environment. If you add the stagnation and constipation, you're just making a breeding ground for Candida and yeast overgrowth. So keeping pooping, even if it is with a Band-Aid, like aloe or senna leaf, keeping your bowels moving on a daily basis can be important for inhibiting Candida and flushing it out and getting it out of there. And in that regard, I think exercise can be an important part of it too, if for no other reason. Aside from all the anti-inflammatory good stuff that exercise does for you, exercise can be important for keeping the bowels moving if you're constipated. So as you can see, the treatment of Candida and fungal dysbiosis is a very multifaceted approach. We didn't even get into all of the things that dovetail into the leaky gut conversation. That's another video. But keep a holistic lens on Candida. Don't, resist the urge to hyper-focus on one thing in particular or just become a psycho killer, as I called it in a video prior, and just obliterate, obliterate, obliterate. Really take a holistic lens, zoom out, and try to treat the body as a whole. And I think you and your Candida will be off to a really good start. Like, subscribe, share.